Need your pressure washing supplies fast? PPW Express brings you top brands, always in stock, and a mobile app that lets you order in seconds. Enjoy same-day shipping on every order placed before 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. Download the PPW Express app today.
Stand out with custom gear from DAB Marketing. No design fees, no minimum orders. Just premium sublimated shirts built for the service industry. Look professional, look sharp. Get your gear from DAB Marketing.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Anthony here with the queen of clean. I'll get it out. I try to say it so fast I get tongue-tied there for a minute. Miss Trudy from down in the Panhandle. Hey. And we got our guest on here tonight, Mr. Jeremiah Jarrell. He's down there on the bottom side. But first of all, we're going to kick off the show by saying everybody get over to panhandleexpo.com, get ready for the Panhandle event. 6 months out, guys. And you imagine how fast this is going to go. It's going to go by so fast. If you don't hurry up and get down there and get ready, so you're going to forget about it. And you're going to be one of them last-minute things. But most events talk about the industry, not the Panhandle event. What do? We grow businesses, marketing system, hands-on training, real-world strategies, and actual work. We learn from real contractors and real trainers, the people who's actually out there in the trenches, in the ditches, on the streets, boots to the sidewalks, putting the work down. That's the ones you learn from. You don't learn from a bunch of people sitting around trying to write a book on how to do this stuff and make $1 million in a year.
You don't have a book?
No, I ain't wrote that book yet.
So I can't make $1 million?
You can make $1 million if you want to in a year. It's a lot of work, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. It's possible. The work's out there. You just have to go find it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to talk about
real wash life. Real wash life.
Yeah. And property protection, paint issues. We got the best in the industry to cover them two things tonight. So Jeremiah, buddy, I see you're not in the woods hunting.
No, that season is over.
That season is done gone, huh?
Yeah, it came and went pretty quick. So,
well, Casey said nice hats, thank you. But do you have like a girl's hat? Because I feel like this is a hunting hat or something.
If we're being honest, I started that trend tonight.
Yeah, he did. He put his hat on. I'm like, well, now we just got to do it.
So did the new pup? Did he do good or she do good this year?
Yeah, he's good to go. He's just knocking on the door just now. So.
Oh, let him in. I just want to kidnap him.
Hold on, I'll get him right quick.
I have 2 of them, as you know, Anthony.
He said he just got new hats in.
I see that. Yeah, I love mine. I just don't want to wear it because this is custom signed. Oh, sorry, Anthony.
I got you.
Come on.
Now if he doesn't want to come in, he's knocking on the door, then he'll run just like a pointer. Anyway, so Anthony, while he's rounding up the dog.
Sorry about that. She put the gear away. They want to see you. Come here. Come on.
Where is he?
There he is.
There's a baby. There's a baby.
Oh, he's getting big.
There he is.
Bye.
All right. See you later.
Bye. Yep. So
we had the gate up so he wouldn't knock on the door, and he is scared to death of the gate because it fell one time. So.
Yeah, we have. I have 2 of those, and one of our friends, when Bella, the girl, was coming through the doggy door, jumped at her and scared her, and now she's like, she'll knock on the sliding glass door, and she'll knock on the front door. I'm like, you have your own door, and she's like, nope.
Nope.
And she won't do it. Nope, not doing it. I'm like, oh, easy to learn, hard to forget. They're stubborn. So anyway, so you are you training at the Panhandle Expo with me?
Yes, I just need to sign up.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to do that. I'll do it. I'm going to change up some stuff since I already did since I did that stuff.
And there's new stuff every day that comes up.
So now?
I said there's new stuff that comes up every day.
Yeah. And so I'll keep a lot of the same stuff in there, but maybe add to it. I plan on doing it and being there. 3-day event this time, huh?
It is. Well, we couldn't fit all this education into. We did 2.5 last year, and then we had so many people. We've got some. We haven't locked them in, so I can't name drop except for Jeffrey Blackman, the striping guy. The stripe. Can we give him a striping king or prince? Can we give him a title? And then we've got Carlos. Carlos is there. He is awesome. He's doing a gas station class. And then AC's always there with some important information, whether it be EPA, DOT. And I mean, this guy, I don't know. I wish I could just suck a little bit of information out of his brain. AC's just got so much knowledge. And all these guys do. These guys are just killing it. It's amazing for these guys that want to offer their time and their knowledge and their experience to help other contractors. I love it.
I gotta I'll shout out Carlos. I had a question about his product, and he's in California, so I had to wait 7 o'clock to call him. But I literally got him on the phone and talked to him for about 20 minutes. Found out everything I needed to know about the product, what it was intended for, what it's not intended for. And it was really good information. So it's super cool just to call people like that.
Yeah.
And get them on the phone and talk to them. Same way with Casey and his stuff. Yeah. I mean, he's sometimes hard to get a hold of, but if you call his shop, James that works there is pretty on point with getting back to you or getting the part to you that you need. They replumbed all my stuff this year right at the beginning of the season. So I went down to Daytona for the day and got to tour around their shop and hung around with them guys for a little bit and just enjoyed the day in Daytona Beach. But I had a blast on there, and they got a heck of an operation going on.
Yeah. No, they every time something pops up on Facebook, I'm like, when did he have the time to do that? I know. I mean,
he's in everything. His hands.
He's like, I'm just going to get married right in the middle of this.
Yeah. And he's got, he's got the family and the fiance, and you see him doing that. And then all of a sudden, the same time, it's something, boom, shows up. And I'm just like, but I thought you were Disney. When did this happen? It's so crazy. Just boom. And no, it's awesome to see people grow. I love it. We love to see fellow contractors out there that's just blossomed and grown. It makes me feel good. And hopefully, with the event coming up, and I hope that helps others learn and grow. And we got AI class this year. AI that's going to take you and say, hey, open your phone, download the app. When you're done downloading, let's do this step by step and show them how to use AI for their business, which, if I'm not too busy, I'm going to sit in that class because I am AI stupid. I have no idea. It took me $5 to make a picture of Anthony, and I'm like, this is the best I got.
Don't even go there.
I won't show it, but it was
because if you show it, we're gonna have to tell the whole story, and we ain't doing that on.
No, we're not doing that. But it's a good picture. But anyway. So the my wash company came across something new this year after 20 some years of washing, and I sent you the pictures so you can kind of look into it and see what we need to do to protect. I don't know how. It's going to be kind of hard to protect that.
Treat it with something else.
It's got to be. I don't know. Actually, I've tested what's safe on the issue with the paint is not safe on that raw metal.
You might want to explain. Before you get into the end of something, we're leaving the most important part out.
We washed a house. Our company washed a house with a metal roof. The metal roof was sealed. Obviously, it was sealed post-construction. Because we washed the house downstream, 1%, nothing crazy, nothing. And underneath where the eaves are, underneath the bottom side of the metal, all had the dark spots on it. When you wash galvalume, when you etch, is it called etching? Galvalume when it turns.
I think it's just all turning it black.
That's a technical word. But anyway, so it 1%, it just changed all that. So now I'm thinking, so if they have a raw metal roof put on and they treat it after, and then we wash it, but they don't do the underneath. They don't seal the underneath. It's going to be a problem for us. There's a new problem that's out there now.
Yeah, because the metal roofs are becoming a whole lot more popular than well, for me, for shingle roofs. But could you treat it with green ox?
I have tested it on raw metal, and it didn't work well. It gave it the black spots. I'm sure we have to come up with a better name than that.
Come out with the mumps.
Yeah. And I tested that because me, if I'm gonna answer a question, I'm gonna put it to the works before I answer it.
Well, maybe try Simply Green.
I have tried Simple Green on. It didn't do really well with the mildew. It didn't kill the mildew.
I'm actually washing a house tomorrow. The lady just had her pool deck painted, whatever, where they throw the paint chips on it and then they epoxy or whatever over the top. And it's by Shark, the company Shark. I don't know if you ever heard them. Well, they said that you couldn't put bleach on it. I don't know that that's true or not true or whatever, but she didn't want to take the risk. So I ordered Simple Green in concentrated 5-gallon buckets, and I'm just going to downstream it on there.
Okay.
And we'll see. I don't know that it'll do anything with the mildew either. It's mostly just the pool enclosure around her pool.
If you put it on there hot enough, it will pull the sealer off.
And it will change.
You mean the bleach?
Yeah. A light mix, I'm talking probably less than 1%, probably wouldn't hurt it. But if you get too hot,
I told her I told her we would just use soap. I use Tickle Me Pink.
Yeah.
But that's what I told her. I would just use the soap and then just rinse it down that way. It's nothing but dirt. It's not really mildew.
Yeah, you don't need
it's the screen enclosure around the pool, so there may be some mildew in there that you just can't see.
And actually, that is what I was told to use on the paint with the pigment issue. And it actually, I used it as directed, and it did nothing with the mildew. So just like every other contractor, what's the advice they give you? Go hotter. So, which is not good advice. It's not good advice. So I did it just because that's what most contractors. Oh, wait. 1% is not enough, or whatever the directions are. So let's do 10%. And so I put it on there, and it actually changed the color of the paint. So failed.
So on those houses that the paint issue, you're using what, green ox?
Yes, that is the only chemical so far that I have found that works. I did test Citrus Shield. They sent it to me, and I tested it, and it wasn't as bad. There was a faint discoloration, but there was discoloration. And I rinsed it. And, Citrus Shield you put on and you leave it. So, I reached out to them.
You just downstream green ox?
No. The weakest I've got it is 50-50. That's the most I've ever diluted it for it to work.
The reason I ask is because today I had somebody at text me, and they said the contractor said not to use bleach on the house, and I was like, why? And they said maybe because it's blue, and so of course I downstream on blue houses every day. But I think it's just and being kind of familiar with the area, I think it's just a vinyl house. I don't know why the contractor would say not to use SH on it, probably because they think that it's going to warranty or whatever the case may be, but I'm going to go look at it and see. Yeah,
I mean, I wash blue houses all the time.
Yes, and that's what I'm going to go look at it and test it. That's what I meant.
Knock on wood, almost 10 years, and I know we preach and we teach this stuff all the time, all year round. But I got hemmed up on a house a couple of weeks ago. The bottom part of it's blue. I've done it before. I've washed it before. Didn't think nothing about it. I tested the bottom, but the top part of it's kind of a gray looking color, and the A-frames and stuff, which I didn't put nothing up there to retest those. And Lord and behold, the top A-frames, the gray stuff is just turned green, looking just green stripes in it. Told the customer what we was going to do, how we was going to fix it. I got a buddy of mine he's a kind of like a handyman kind of person, but he said he's going to go out there and fix. He said, I'll paint it for y'all. Took some money off, told the guys to get the paint. If I can't get somebody to come out here and paint it, I'll paint it myself. But I want you to be responsible for the paint. That way, if something happens, the paint don't match, that's on you.
Yeah.
And, I knocked $300 or $400 off the bill for him to cover the paint, but he's going to paint some of the blue on the house too while they're out there that he wants to repaint because they're selling the house. But yeah, just test, and test because it will eventually bite you in the butt because like I said, I've washed this house once or twice before when the previous owners had it because I know them and never had a problem with it. I don't know why this time we did.
That's crazy. Yeah. So Patrick, make sure or what Patrick said, but when you test something, make sure you rinse it off. Just don't leave it. I mean, straight SH on anything is going to turn eventually. So, yeah, make sure you
don't take it on the front door like he did.
Yeah. Just make sure you hidden little area just in case it does. But if you're only painting the door, that's better than painting the house, honey.
Yeah. So the best place to do the testing, where would it be at, guys?
Behind a bush, behind the AC unit, behind the downspout. You can squeeze a little bit, pump up a sprayer, squeeze behind the downspout.
If the downspouts not metal, raw metal.
Yeah, don't do that. Raw metal. So anyway,
if you don't want a pump up sprayer, just go to Lowe's and buy you a squirt bottle. Yeah,
squirt bottles work.
And fill it up.
I've had guys use a Q-tip, but the Q-tip did not change on the test. But when he washed it, the house turned green. So I don't think there's enough chemical on the Q-tip because the Q-tip's going to absorb.
Some of it.
Yeah.
So, hey Shane, he's here. Not my Shane, another Shane. Anyway, so. What is new? What is new on the plant and property protection? Have you messed something up and learned something new?
Since class, let me think. Probably.
We always messing something up and learning something.
That's how we learn.
Man, you ain't shorted no plugs out, burn nobody's house down, nothing like that.
No, I don't think. I don't even think I'm burning any plants, but it hadn't been hot enough yet. No, I don't think I've done anything. I oxidized the painted roof, but that was last year, right before I taught the class.
Yeah.
The people were like, "Oh, it's on the back side of the house, so don't worry about it. I was going to fix it," and they're like, "Nah, it's fine."
What happened there?
I didn't. The roof was too hot, and I was washing the front, and it shot over the back side. And I should have wet the whole roof down before I did it and cooled it off. I think that's the only problem is it was probably 100 and something that day. And we got up and watched. We were shooting it from the ground or from the ladder in the front. And it was literally like just where you could just see in certain spots where we were shooting it, where it hit the roof all the way across the top and the back. And flash oxidation, flash oxidized it.
I've never heard of that before, and I'm just like, oh, it's a thing. It's a real thing.
My problem is really I put too much dang soap in my mix, and then I got the windows get cloudy, and I have to go back and rinse them off a couple times or brush them off. That's on me because I like to see the soap too much, when I'm washing, and I just mix it too strong.
It's like you got to put extra shampoo on your hair and just let it all.
Yeah, I used to never use soap, and then I started using soap, and now I don't ever wash without soap.
Yeah.
So that's been my main thing. But if you use the right amount of soap, and then EBC Glide, I think is that what it's called? Yeah. I use Tickle Me Pink, and then a little bit, just a dash of EVC Glide. And if I don't use too much of the Tickle Me Pink, then it works out good that way. It leaves them slick. But my problem is I always dump too much soap. It doesn't take much of that concentrate. I was just reading your post yesterday, I think it was, and it doesn't take much of that soap at all.
It must have been a girl that named that. I'm just saying. I
like it because I have the blend manifold that's clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can see it, when it's coming through there. That thing's been amazing. I bought that at the show actually from Casey.
Yep.
And I didn't put it on until February when I took
you've been
down there.
So if you're doing a metal roof, the best time to do that, Shane's got, he said, can you start those jobs early?
Mm-hmm.
Preferably you want to wash them in early morning, but y'all live in Florida. So early to me, 9 o'clock, and it's still kind of cool here in Alabama right now, but a little bit later, it's probably going to get warmer. But 9 o'clock down there, it's already 90 to 100 degrees sometimes.
I just watched one last Saturday. It was a bare roof, not bare metal, but it wasn't painted or whatever. I guess they, have that coating on there or whatever. But I did it first thing in the morning and it still had the dew on it. And while it was dwelling, the sun come up and it was freaking perfect because the dew had diluted it down enough and the roof wasn't hot yet. And then the sun coming up heated that bleach up and it just melted it right off. It took a couple different times. There's always, you always think you're done. And then there's like a little streak down the middle by the front porch.
Yeah.
But it turned out really good. I got some really good before and after off of that one.
So we watched these condos several times. And we were just downstreaming the houses, but right above the door, they put these dang copper awnings. And I'm just sitting there going, this is a washer's nightmare. Like, we're going to patina the heck out of this stuff. So, we pre-wet and the whole condo. So, it's going to take us all day. And we pre-wet, we rinse. Downstream, we wet again, we rinse, we wet again, and it's a constant battle with this stuff. Have you found anything to help? Should you neutralize the copper first? Have you found that out to be true, or have you tried that?
I don't know. I literally just washed a house and the entire roof was copper. And so everywhere it ran off, it just looked like garbage. Like my before and after pictures weren't even that good because all that stuff running off of the roof down the back patio, it looks like it was organics, but it's all the stuff off of that roof.
The patina, the green patina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know there's stuff that'll get that off, but I told them we could get it. The best thing would be to do was clean it up, put a gutter up, and then all that stuff would just wash down the gutter. But they didn't want to do that, so they weren't really worried about how clean the patio was after it. Because I put some pretty strong bleach on it to show them like, hey, this is not organics. This is off of the roof. I'm trying to think, like there was one time in the front corner, I didn't wet down the roof and I was like, dang, but it didn't do anything to the copper. Luckily, I think it has been on that house so long that it was already burned enough. Yeah. Like it was, the roof didn't look good at all. But
copper does not, like, even inside. When I had my internal cleaning business, we had these houses, multi-million-dollar houses that had copper sinks, and it's just all green inside. I'm scrubbing on what is it, and that's when I learned about patina, and I'm like, oh, it naturally does it. I'm like, that is ugly.
I hate the way it looks when it runs off, that bluish green stuff. Mm-hmm. What would you say would clean that?
That's what I was going to ask. We got anything that would clean copper?
I think I Googled it once because I think it's like agitate with vinegar and water. I'm like, I'm not cleaning the roof like that. I'm sorry.
No, I thought I'd seen a post with you posting about cleaning it before, but maybe
Yeah,
not.
I think it was vinegar and water. Yeah, it's just how do you because we actually did a roof in a house and cleaned and sealed pavers on this 2 houses next to each other, and they had copper gutters, and thank goodness they were already patinaed, and the owner's like, oh, the last cleaning we had just ruined all this, and I'm like, okay, no, that's what it's gonna do regardless. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be some copper polish, but I believe if I remember some kind of vinegar, water, lemon, and water. It was ridiculous. We don't have any lemons you'd have to do to clean a roof. I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, you have to get up there with a scrubbing pad and scrub it anyway. So I'm pretty sure a bucket and a
citric acid. Yeah, so it was the lemons. That's what I thought. I'm like, was it vinegar or was it lemon? But I don't think vinegar is citric. But could you imagine? Let's cut a whole bunch of lemons in half and just start scrubbing the top of it.
There's got to be somebody that makes something like that, I would assume.
Yeah. If not,
what, a citrus degreaser with that?
Like Citrus Shield? I don't know. Citrus Shield would work. I'm gonna have to reach out to Joe and see what's going on. Or John. I call him Joe.
I got a guy that's got a citrus degreaser.
Yeah.
I wonder if Carlos has something in his line that would do it.
And now you got me thinking. I'll be making some calls tomorrow, and I'll be testing some copper.
Well, I know a $6 million house that's got copper awnings on like porches and stuff. Yeah. And I went by there the other day and just drove by to see the house because I helped build it, son of a gun, out on Lake Gunnersville, and they are almost solid black.
Yeah, nasty, because nobody wants to touch them.
So, that's probably $3,000 or $4,000 ticket right there.
Yeah. I just want to get it off of whatever it's rinsing down to, whatever is rolling off the roof, or it's always like just a perfect line.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they look horrible after years. So we got Tony. Hey, Tony from Michigan. We've got Steve. We got bleach sprayer. Welcome, guys. So if you guys have any question about plant and property protection, let us know. Since our last event, I did test Citrus Shield. It was better than most, and you could downstream it, which is great, but it did lighten it. I did reach out to the manufacturer. I told them what pigment to test. And they had questions: how long was the wood painted? How long? What did you do? I'm like, I did directions. That wood's been painted for 5 years. I mean, I've been doing this 15 years, testing this products and the paints and all that. So I'm not willy-nilly. I just don't. It failed. I want to find, as a washer, I want to find something to downstream. I don't want to pump up or 12 volt the whole house. I don't want to do that. So. I told them to go to their chemist. This is the pigment that's the issue, and hopefully they can come back and fix whatever's lightening it. But right now the hydrogen peroxide is all we got. And I did test another hydrogen peroxide that was stronger, but it was powder form. I mixed it and it was so grainy. So there's no way that you can be able to downstream that without it clogging up your injector or anything. So we're still back at square one, but I'm still looking. Tile. Well, yeah. Okay. Patrick said tile cleaner works great. I'm not scrubbing a roof with tile cleaner or gutters. I'd rather walk away. It ain't worth it. They can't afford me to do that. I tell you what, I'm not doing that.
Don't say that. You'll have somebody say, I don't care what the price is, and you'll be up there scrubbing gutters. And
have you seen me on a ladder? No, because I do not do heights.
So you got people in your company that will.
I know.
So don't say you're not. They can't pay you.
I said I wouldn't do it. I didn't say I wouldn't have others do it.
Yeah, I stepped off on a roof today, and I was like, ooh, no. I got up there and I got it done. I was just trying to blow some leaves off with the pressure of the wand or whatever, but it was the stepping back onto the ladder that was like, ugh, I do not like this at all.
It's dangerous. And once again, not only plant and property protection, but personal protection. I think adding that should be something that we need to talk about in the class is, I bring it up all the time. My son fell off a roof. He had a tether on. It was a 3-story house with a crow's nest. And he thought it would be easier to take the tether off and shimmy around the crow's nest instead of getting in and then jumping over. And it was a metal roof, a wet, soapy metal roof. And, he fell, he broke his back 2 places. Luckily, he is fine. He's not paralyzed. And he gave me 3 grandbabies. So his back's fine. But
3 back might be too good.
No. Well, one's 8 years old, and the other 2 are 1 and 2. But no, his back's fine. But just little things you don't think of that could just cause so much. And he had when he fell, he had a bush, he had an AC unit, and he had a cement driveway. Thank God, I thank him every day that when he fell, he landed on the bush, because if it was the other 2, he would not be here with me right now. That would
be a really good class for somebody to teach, is the proper way to secure yourself like that.
Mm-hmm. No, he was secured until he thought, oh, well, let me save 2 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't even know how to use one of them things because I don't get on a roof like that.
No, I don't. It's
really good for somebody to teach it.
Yeah, no, I've been looking for somebody to.
Because you buy it and it just looks like all these. It just looks like a bunch of ratchet straps to me.
Yeah, it does. And then where are you going to put it on the roof?
Where's the best place to put it? And then
are you supposed to screw it in the roof? Is it going to make the roof leak? It's like they're going to be sitting there eating dinner and now water's going to be coming through their house. I don't know. Yeah, no, we got PWA and CETA, so we're talking to them. Hopefully, we want a personal training just to make sure we're all safe, proper PPE and all that. So, Tiger Stripes. There's a lot of stuff. Aluminum brighter. We have a gutter bright that we sell. Anything else you guys can think of for gutters, stripes, and black stripes on gutters?
You say gutter butter?
Gutter butter is awesome too. Yes. And then also, hey, Shannon, but be careful because these gutter and aluminum brighters are so concentrated. Yeah, ours, we have to dilute it like 1 to 20 or something. It's crazy.
It will take the paint off.
It will. So I had a guy, I told him, and he came and goes, all that stuff you sold me, it was horrible. It took the paint off. I'm like, well, did you dilute it? He's like, no, was I supposed to? I'm like, did you read the directions?
No, he sure didn't.
And so he's like, oh. I said, I told you it's highly concentrated. He goes, oh, I thought you were talking about the surfactant. I said, well, that is too, but I'm talking about this at this point. So, make sure directions are read. And that's why I've been doing this. I don't know if you've noticed, but every day I put a new chemical out there and tagging the manufacturer, because people's like, oh, just Google it. Google doesn't have the questions. They don't have the answers to all the questions.
And it's going to pull data from who knows what and where and give it back to you.
Because I actually Googled myself. I put AI and I'm like, industry paint issue. Not myself, but industry paint issues. And it was like 80% was mine, and it was facts, and it was stuff that I'd tested and stuff that I've done. And then the other stuff was like, oh, if you hit it with a weaker mix, or if you do this. And I'm just like, that's not true, but that's the stuff they're pulling from everywhere. Yep. So it's not all true, and it's not factual. And I was so mad. I'm like, this is going to get somebody in trouble. They're going to wash a house and be like, oh, I'll put it to 1%. I washed 2 houses. It changed at 1%. It's not the percentage. Yep. And so it's a great tool, but it's not all factual.
And Shane said he found out many people are out there. They say yes to everything and cannot and do not carry out the right safety protocol to do the job. And that is correct. That's how a bunch of people wind up getting hurt.
Yeah. I mean, how many people lost their lives last year, Anthony? Was it?
I was 6, 7. I mean, there was 2 guys sitting in a
Sorry.
There was 8, 9.
Sorry.
But they was actually 2 of them was just sitting in their truck.
Yeah.
And got shot. So I mean, it just wasn't work related. It was just
Oh, it was work related because they got overspray on the car and the guy wanted it professionally detailed.
Oh,
And they rinsed it off and they followed him to the next job site and they were at the gate waiting for their boss to give them the gate code. And they jumped up on him and they were actually running and they both got shot in the back, I believe, one got close range.
Pretty bad just for a $200 car wash.
Yeah.
I mean,
I heard there was a pressure washing company parked on the side of the road in Jupiter, Florida, and this guy hit him DUI. His name was Tiger Woods.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy had a sweet rig too. I was like, dang, he done messed the guy's rig all up.
I bet he gets a brand new rig and everything.
Yeah, I don't think he's got much to worry about.
His rig gonna come back bigger and better and better.
Yeah, it's gonna be all aluminum, brand new everything.
But yeah, there's so much out there, personal, plant, and property that could put you out of business instantly, quickly, if you don't have the right insurance, the right insurance coverage. I mean, I don't know about licensing all over the country. Our area, because it's not a regulated industry, is kind of weird. I know some counties, Florida is just Florida, but there are some counties that require you to have certain licenses, and if you don't have that, if you don't know what you're supposed to have and you don't have it, then you need to make sure you're covered, because it could put you out of business.
That even can go back to how.
Hey, Jeffrey Blackman's here.
Have them sheets in your truck. What are they called? SDA sheets?
Yeah, SDS.
MSDS.
Yeah, MSDS sheets in your truck for the chemicals that you have on your truck.
Yeah.
I know where you can buy a 3-ring binder and it'll cover all those things.
I do too.
Head right on over to panhandlepowersupply.com.
Now, we did that because it was not, you could not have a digital version, but now you can have a digital version. But make sure you have it in a folder in your phone, not just like, hold on, let me Google it and pull it up. Yeah. Make sure you have it readily available. So now you can have a digital version where before you could not have one. So let's save some trees and not print out all that paper. And there's a lot of work for me.
Mine under the driver's seat, so it works out good. So I needed it.
Guess who's got to print those out and put them together?
Not Shane.
I'm the only one here. Yeah. No, not Shane. So Jeffrey said that's the first thing I teach my striping course. Safety is key. A striping machine is a small, but it could hurt you very bad. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Any machine, chemicals. One question: you have a fire suppression system in your rigs? I believe everybody should have a fire extinguisher in their rigs.
Oh yes.
We have them in ours.
Speaking of fires, y'all see the fires here?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's 10 miles through the woods from my house.
Crazy.
Yeah. I was packing up stuff Sunday because if it would have shifted east, we would have had to get out of town.
So
yeah, it's been crazy.
You know what? People don't know, but SH is very flammable.
I didn't know that, but I know it's hot when you touch it.
Oh. Yeah, that's how I used to test it. Well,
stick your finger in it. If your finger turns white, it's good.
I was going to say, I'm like,
you got to taste it.
Finger in, go, yep, that's good.
Oh, that's about 3%. That ought to do it.
Yeah, I stick my finger in there. That's why I never had a pedicure when I was washing. Stick my finger in there. It's like, oh, it turned white and it's slimy. It's good.
Oh yeah, that's
every day you use a different finger.
Yeah. Honey, I need a pedicure or a manicure. But no, I don't. Thank God I'm not girly, because that would be bad. But yeah, and people are like, how do you test your chlorine? You have strips? I'm like, I use my finger. Like, maybe I shouldn't tell them that.
But they do make SH testers.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because pool uses them. But do they make them? I know they make them for the pools, but
Shane said, dude, I ain't sticking my finger in no SH.
Come on, man. It works. I did it for years. So do they make them where they go to 12.5 or 10% SH?
I think they do.
You think so? Because I thought it was just for the weaker when you put them in the pool or in your fish tank.
Somebody's got them in one of their stores. I don't know who it is, but it's like I I think it's like a digital thing. You can just
a digital one, not a paper
or something, and it somehow or another it tells you how good it is or the percentage of it. Or
That'd be nice if you could find out exactly. I mean, because we talked. I think we talked about the last time. You don't know how hot it is from your supplier to you, and then you think it's 12% and you dilute it down according to that. But it would be pretty cool if you could figure it out to know exactly what it is coming right out the gun.
Yeah, that would be good. Leslie,
I wouldn't know how to do that because you'd have to.
But Jeffrey, did they go up to 10 and 12%? I've seen them because we've got pools and we got hot tubs, so we have the strips, but they don't. They do the pH and they do the percentage, but they do the after the dilution rate. But that's all you would need if what's coming out of your gun is the after dilution rate. But people are asking how strong their SH is at the tank.
It says they do have them to go up that high.
Okay, cool. I'll have to go check them out. We have one of them in town. Well, not in town because Freeport is another thing, but I have to go to.
We got a couple of food stores. I may check that out too and see if we can see what we can find out and figure out how we can test it when it comes out the end of your gun or ball valve. Find out.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
So one time I opened a bottle of SH and the bottle went poof in the opposite direction. I was wearing. Oh, I'll see what was wearing. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I needed.
I'll be honest. I used to never wear a mask, and then I got in some pool enclosures last year, and
those are killer.
I learned pretty quick.
And I had to. The chlorine cough is serious, and Shane, because he's such a nice husband, he would make me do all the patios and porches and screened in enclosures and the pool decks and all that, and I would just be soaking wet and coughing and I'm like, and then on a hot day in Florida when you're doing a pool deck screening enclosure,
man, those are the worst. Especially a lot of times they only have one door, and you can't get any airflow through there.
No, it's right. You say, it's all screened. No, those screen holes are so tiny because they don't want those no-see-ums and those pine needles coming through. So yeah, it's rough and it's hard, and you take it for granted, and it's but Shane's dad passed away a few years ago, and he had a car paint shop. So he would paint cars and all that. And he inhaled all these chemicals. His lungs, that's what killed him. His lungs, he couldn't breathe. They crystallized.
Yeah.
And you think these chemicals, it's just 1%, or it's just this. Or I've talked to guys, it's like, well, I don't want to walk up to a house wearing a hazmat suit because that'll scare the customers. And I'm like, but do you want to live to be 60? And it's so much. And the chemicals are getting so much more potent because we are such a quick lifestyle now. It's like, you know what? We got to get in there and get it done as quickly as we can. So now we got the soft wash thing. People are shooting 11 gallon a minute. They're hitting the house with 4%. They're just getting it done as quick as can, rinse it and go, and it's just like boom, boom, boom. And then you don't think about the consequences later. We're not all going to live forever. Things can happen. And I didn't realize how much, even in my tiny little town I live in, how much we're on a go. When I was in Europe, and they're just like, it's noon. The stores are shut. We're all going to go down and have a glass of wine and eat some bread and just sit there and relax. And they do that for dinner too. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, these people can't work. Like, why are they not working? And I'm stressed out because these people are sitting there.
And you're on vacation.
And I'm on vacation. I'm stressed out for them because I'm like, why are these people not doing stuff? And it just blew my mind. And then I was sitting there thinking, going, maybe I need to do more of this. I need to.
Hey, you've done it enough for the last 2 years.
Well, it's going to happen some more. But like today, I'm like, I left my phone. I went home. I made lunch. I sat there. I ate lunch, and I talked to my friend. And I go back to work, and I'm like, I just had 30 minutes of no work. And it just like, I just felt so cleansed in 30 minutes, because usually it's just all day.
You gave your brain a rest.
Yes. And I'm just like, I had surgery when I had MRSA on my ankle. I had to go for my ankle surgery for the second time. I'm laying in the hospital bed. They put the IV. They're about ready to come put the mask on me to make me go night-night. My phone rings. It's TJ from Manatee. And I answer the phone. He goes, "Hey, girl, what you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just laying here. They're about to put me under. I'm going in for surgery." He goes, "Why in the hell did you answer your phone?" I'm like, "Because you called me." Are you kidding me right now? I'm like, "No, you want a FaceTime? I'll tell you. Look, I got my head thing and my gown." And he's just like, "What are you doing? Put your phone away." And I'm like, "What?"
He was still standing there talking to you. Why didn't he look up?
No, but it was just like, us as an industry, we are so, especially in the busy season, you don't give yourself time, and it's mentally and physically draining. And you've got your family that misses you, and you've got church, I can only clean on Sundays. I can't do this. I can't spend time with my family at church, or I can't go with my kids and go hunting, or spend quality time with your dog, whatever. The things that you need in life just to,
But when you're laying there about to lose your life, and then you think back all the times you could have, but you've been out chasing that dollar.
Yeah.
Instead of spending time with your family and stuff. So, I mean, it's somewhere as business owners, and especially like me and Jeremiah, I mean, we work our own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we got to find time to get away, relax, do the things we love to do with our family and stuff. I mean, he takes his daughter hunting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what they love to do. I mean, so we got to find time. You got to prioritize. Did I say that right? I still didn't say that right.
Yeah.
That's it. And our schedule for we can have that time. I know there was a couple years that we was running so wide open, and everybody was telling me on Facebook and stuff, "Man, you got to slow down. You got to make time for your family. You working too much. You're a workaholic." And Trudy jumps in and says he does, but he loves what he does. But he does take time for his family.
He does.
That's right.
So,
I'm guilty of not. Just like Bleachberry said, I'll respond quick in a hurry. I get people calling me or messaging me, from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's but the reason why, we do the events we do at Panhandle is because we want to give you the tools. We want to give you the tools so you can be more efficient, more effective, and get the jobs done quicker and safely without any plant and property damage where you got to go back and fix stuff, where you can make the money you need to make and still spend time with your family.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Me running my own business. When I started, I said, I'm not going to work on Fridays.
Yeah.
Because I know there's going to be some Saturdays I'm going to have to go out and I'm going to have to clean paint. I don't want to work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Don't want to work 7 days a week. There's been some days we go to church. There's been some Sundays I go clean a bank or two, because sometimes that's the only time you really get them on the weekends. Unless you do them at night, and I got enough night work to do. So, it's just have to prioritize your stuff and just make it happen. I mean, I spend time with my wife, the kids, and everything, and it's just we have to make it happen. I mean, there ain't no other way about it, because I don't want to be laying there one day and say, "Man, I wish I'd done this and wish I'd done that."
But in this industry, if you're able to run your business successfully, and you're able to prioritize, and you are able to call the guy next to you, call the other pressure washer down the road and say, "Hey, I got this big job. It's going to take me all day, but I got my son's baseball game. Can you come and help me do this? We'll split the job." Or, 60-40, because I found the job. I'll give you 40%. I'll keep 60%. You bring your equipment. Let's knock it out so I can go and spend time and watch my son's baseball game. Things like that. We have the power to do in this industry. We have it, and we can use it. You just got to be able to want to do it. We have the flexibility, but we just went way off topic of planting property protection.
That's what we do best. That makes for the best shows.
So, I mean, we're real. We're live. We don't have a script. We don't send people questions. We just, we are, we just play it by ear and see what pops up and what we talk about, because we're all contractors. We all love the industry. We all get back to the industry. And that's what makes the Panhandle Show so successful and so important. And Jeremiah, I haven't asked you this question, and I haven't asked many people. I haven't asked this question on here, but what I hear a lot of guys saying is it's a free event. It can't be worth anything. What's your take on that?
That's just garbage. You can't judge something off of a dollar amount. I mean, if it makes somebody feel better to pay $200 and go, I will take the $200. They can bid money.
Right.
All right.
But I mean, that's
number up there.
That's insane to I don't want to say insane. It's just crazy to think that because the event's free, that the quality's not going to be there, or you can pay for I don't know, somebody's book or somebody's online class and learn nothing compared to what you'll learn at the event. First and foremost, you're going to get hands-on experience. I'll talk about the event because I've been 3 years in a row, and two of them's teaching. But you'll get hands-on. Everybody that that all the products you sell is going to be there. So there's going to be Fierce Jet, there's going to be EVC, C3. Anybody that you deal with is basically there. General Pump. So you're going to have direct access. I learned more about Comet pumps from Raj than, I mean, we knew about the new P3 or the P40 before it come out because Raj was there to talk about it. So I don't know, to think, because it is crazy to have a free event. I will say that, but that's on you, but it's amazing. The other best thing about the events is that I have like 3 of my best friends right now. I've met them all at the Panhandle event. First year I met Jason and Alan, and then Jason brought Ryan with him, and then all 4 of us went on a fishing trip this year together.
Awesome.
Well, I thought we was 2 of the 3, Trudy.
I know. I thought we were.
Yeah, I mean, including everybody else that I meet and that I've met in the industry there. But that's just an example of the networking.
Networking's amazing.
We're also in a group chat, and I'll probably blow it up with more questions than any. But I'll send a group or a picture to the group, and I'll say, hey, where are y'all at on this price wise? Mm-hmm. What are y'all using to treat this? And then we all collectively come up with, I mean, I got Alan's up in Virginia and both of those guys up near Atlanta, and we just collectively come up with an idea, and we're able to go back to the customer with the knowledge. And I met them there. But yeah, the networking in general, like I said, you can go up and shake anybody's hand that that you would normally just see on their website or whatever. Mm-hmm. But no, to associate something because it's free is just weird.
And talk about the networking. Like, I've been to events a lot, and the networking to me is, have you ever went up to somebody and asked them a question? It's like, you're my competitor, I'm not talking to you. Have you ever I've never came across that. These contractors are open book. They want to talk to you.
And yes, because you ask a question on some of these Facebook groups and you get freaking bashed.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. You can go up and ask the dumbest question at somebody at the Panhandle event, the guy with the most experience, and he's going to stand there with you for 45 minutes and talk to you about it.
Yeah. So you're like, hey, what's a pump up sprayer? 45 minutes, you're going to know every brand and what the
we'll probably go find one, and he'll be walking out with it.
We will tell you to save your shoulder. Here, buy this and put it in the top of it and match this button.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's like, oh, well, maybe it's an infomercial. You guys are out there selling stuff. You know, Panhandle, we do want to recoup some of the money. Our manufacturers buy booths. You know, we have sponsors, and they help pay for it. This venue is not cheap. 3 days is not cheap. And I do this because when we started washing, I went to free training events. I went to events. I learned so much. So when I got the platform, the Panhandle, when I got Panhandle and I was able to give back to the contractors, and I brought the contractors that helped me learn, I bring them in to train. And it's just full circle. The more you take, the more you should give back.
If you're putting the event on and you're bringing your products there, who gives a crap if you're making the money back? Right. You put all this on. I don't think you would ever recoup the money that you make. No. If you did, if you made $50,000 and if it cost you $100,000 and you made $150,000 and you put $50,000 in your pocket, good for you. You put this whole event on. They should be wanting to buy your stuff that you bring there. They should be wanting to buy from your suppliers because they're the ones that put it all in.
But the narrative isn't about the selling. It's about education and information. So they're not required to buy anything. Yeah. You're not required to buy a book to learn something. All I can say is I want you to learn something. I want you to take, if it's one thing, to take it, leave with it, and grow your business, then I'm paid enough, you know.
The amount of knowledge and the experience that's at one event is I don't know. I've never been to another event. I probably won't ever go to another one, but it's just so easy just to talk to people and just to learn. I mean, it's my first year I went because I'd been in business for, I don't know, just say 10 or 12 years. I don't remember. It's 2011, and then this was 4 years ago. So 13 years. I just went to make sure I was doing the right thing and doing it like I was supposed to. But on the flip side of it, I learned that, dang, I could do this and be more efficient. I could also use this equipment, and it just changed my whole demeanor, and it's also like just a breath of fresh air to stand around and talk shop with people that understand what you're talking about. Yeah. I could talk SH to people all day and they're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? But I could go there and we're all speaking on the same wavelengths and talking about growth and what we're doing to market this and, you know, whatever yard signs and what works here and what don't work there.
Yeah.
And you get that perspective from, I mean, there's guys from all over the country there.
Yeah, we had guys from Canada. We had New Zealand, didn't we? We had New Zealand. So we had a bunch of guys. Yeah, wasn't there one from Asia?
They was, I forgot where they was from now. A couple of years ago, but they was way out there somewhere. Yeah.
It's November. It's slowing down, and it's right before you need to write everything off, and you got a free vacation in Panama City Beach.
When it was
you're gonna write it all off.
People were in the water. So I've been washing over 20 years in the industry, over 20 years, and I sat in your class, and you were saying stuff, and I'm just sitting there going, "That is brilliant!" Like, oh my gosh, how did I not know
this? It's like little stuff.
It's little stuff. And I'm just like, I could have stolen all these gloves from the hospitals, all my stays in there, and I could have been covering these electrical outlets. I'm like, whoa. Yeah. You know, and it's simple little things and cheap things. It doesn't have to cost, I mean, you don't have to cost $300 to protect a house. And you showed me that. And there's some things that is ridiculous that I wouldn't even think, you know, the fans. I'm not going to give everything away because they need to come see your class. Yeah. But the fan thing, I'm just sitting there going,
That was the coolest thing ever, man. I was like,
I used it what was it? Yesterday. I used it yesterday on the back, and the people were like, dang, that's a pretty good idea.
well,
I love when I pull that the top off of that fan and everything's dry under it. It's still dusty. There's still cobwebs on it. I'm like, oh,
I mean, I'm like, you know how many trash cans I bought and throw that away, and I had no idea what I was throwing away a gold mine. I could have probably patented that and sold it, and it was already patented. But
I just order them off of Amazon.
Yeah, that is insane. You know, there's so much stuff that we have around the house that could make your life so much more efficient and stress-free in the job site. It's just crazy. But so you got to fill out that form, and the event is going to be 3 full days. It's going to be the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of November. The beachfront condos are very reasonable that year, the time of year. It is amazing. We are working on some great social events. So we're still got all that in the works. And then the schedule's coming soon. We're just narrowing down to like time frames and everything. So Panhandle Expo right there. Log in.
It's going to be in the same place, right?
Yeah, we're staying there. We're going to stay there until we outgrow it. I don't want to get too big because I like the intimacy. I like to shake everybody's hand and give them hugs and talk to everybody. But, you know, we'll see what happens in the future. Anthony keeps threatening me on too many people. But you know what? I guess I'll just have to clone myself. And by that time, maybe there'll be a thing to do that.
We'll put a limit on it then.
That
put up with 2 of you. No.
Are you doing VIP again?
Yes.
Man, that food was freaking amazing.
So you can actually, they're not going to do the concession food because not a lot of people bought it and it wasn't worth their time apparently. So everybody has an option to purchase the food at a time, but that food was, I don't like food.
I don't know about the concession food, but that food in the banquet room was on point every meal.
Every meal was so good.
Even breakfast was really good.
Yeah.
And usually you go eat breakfast at places like that, and it's usually not that good.
Oh, have you seen the scrambled eggs in those places? They're just like
they have water and powder.
Yeah, it was like, what is this?
Them was real eggs. Them wasn't powder eggs or come out of a beat up car.
Yeah. I mean, the price.
Y'all get me fired up. I'm ready to go to Panama City now.
So, I mean, the price of the food is not cheap, but it is worth every penny.
Yeah. And you don't have to leave. That's the big thing because the only downfall of that place is the parking.
Yeah, it's parking. So if you stay over at the towers, you can walk over.
Yeah.
If you stay at the villas, you have your own parking and you can walk to the venue. So the villas and Tower 1 and 2, I think, are the closest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're all right there. I mean, 1, 2, and 3. I mean, they're all.
But if you want to stay like at the Holiday Inn or whatever, you're going to have to pay the Uber to come in and out because there is no parking. We buy all the parking for the training, the demos. We're going to do some awesome shootouts. Hopefully, I've got, not that anybody knows, but we have been two soft wash pumps that are not in the market right now. They had given them to me at the end of the last show, and we've had them in the field testing them because I'm not putting anything on my shelf that I wouldn't use that I know fails. And we have been using these pumps, and they are amazing. So
you can't say what they are.
We have a new AR-45 that we've had out in the field for 8 months. We have an Udor pump that we had to wait because we had to find a hose for, and then it didn't line up to one of the pressure washing machines, the motors. So that hasn't been out, but it's going to be out before the event. We're going to get it set up. We're going to figure out all the quirks, but it's I tell you what, that new AR has been bulletproof.
How about CRX? Don't y'all run CRX on all your stuff?
Not all, no. We've got okay. So, like I said before, we don't have anything in our shop, our warehouse that we do not use. So we've got an AR, we got a Leon, we got a P40, we got 12 volts. We've got CRX, we got Honda, we got the AR pump, we got the Comet pump, we got the general pump. So we've got whisper washes. So if we have it in our warehouse, we've got it out in the field. Chemicals, machines. If we don't use it and if it's not worth putting on our rigs, we're not going to sell it to put it on your rigs. So I can't tell you more about the AR bleach sprayer because it is not out yet. But as soon as AR lets me know it's good to go, I will be promoting it and letting everybody know about it. But
so 8 months, you had it 8 months, no leaks, none of the plastic, pinhole, anything. What is it, 11 gallons a minute?
It is the same as the other AR, but it's a whole new different build. And the thing, what I love we are at overtime, but that's fine. Yeah. So when I go to events, like I go to CETA or the PWNA or whatever, I go to see my manufacturers. I talk to my reps and their bosses, and not only as a distributor, but I talk to them as an end user. So that's, we have a wash company. And the only reason we opened Panhandle is because I turned 50 and I couldn't be on the truck 6 days a week. My body was breaking down. I'm 5 foot tall, 50 years old. I'm like, surgeries galore. I can't do it anymore. But I wanted to stay in the industry. So I can talk to these guys and say, hey, I can't sell your product because of this, and this. And then my rep is like, well, and then I'll talk to their boss and like, hey, come here's your rep. I'm like, this guy's my rep. Like, well, why are we not? Guess what? You take this information, you go to our engineering department, let's get it fixed. 2 months later, I get a call. It's like, I'm going to send you one, put it in the field. I'm like, okay. So, not being cocky or anything, but I talk to these suppliers as an end user, not as a distributor. It's not about the dollars. It's about having something out in the field that's successful, that's going to be working for us, because we can't work. Okay, funny. So we can't work if our stuff's
broken. We're gonna find
out. So we can't work if our stuff, we can't work and make money if our stuff breaks down, or if it doesn't work, or it's not efficient, or it takes too long to, to clean whatever we need to clean, or we got to do 12 applications. So, when you have a supplier, and there's a lot of us out there that's also an end user, that's the supplier you need to go with. Either, just ask a question, try and buy local wherever you go, but find out if they're an end user also, because unless they're an end user, they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah, that the true test of that. I mean, if you started in November and you run it to November, that you should start seeing some leaks within, if it's the 8 month now, from the 8th month now until the 12th month, in that window, that's when you're going to start seeing that stuff leak.
And this guy, the trailer we put it on, this guy, that's all he does is soft wash. He doesn't use soft wash for roofs. He washes everything. He has a pressure washer for surface cleaning. Everything else, he uses it. And he uses this thing 6 days a week. So, no, it's great. And, these things are going to be revealed and for sale at the Panhandle Expo. They trust me to give them honest feedback, and they know that when I put it out in the field, it's going to be worked. I'm not going to.
What better data, I guess you would say, than somebody out there using it like that.
Yeah. So it's awesome. I mean, it's the local contractor we have it on. I mean, he blew him away. Like, he's like, oh my gosh, I've never had a soft wash like this. And, the new P40 manifold is just awesome as well. It's just two different pumps. They are both awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be Ford and Chevrolet, and then as one improves, the other one's gonna improve, and it's just the name of the game.
You want to use.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as they keep improving, that's better for us, because eventually we're gonna have one that you can leave on there for 2 years and not rent out.
Yeah, which is bad for the distributors. But anyway, maybe I should start selling horrible products and
Yeah.
no, I'm kidding. No, I wouldn't do that because we use our own products.
My AR ran for a long time before I started having any problems with it.
Yeah.
And when I started having my problems with it, it got cold and I forgot to winterize it. And
So it wasn't the AR problem, but
well, no, it wasn't an AR problem. That was a me problem. And I started having a little leak right on that bottom side of that manifold thing there. And but other than that, I mean, it ran for years.
Yeah.
I think
No, I mean,
2 years.
Great products. They're both great products. The new P40 is awesome. This AR coming out is gosh, I've got videos and pictures and I can't, you know how much that's killing me not to do this. But I'm behaving. But yeah, as soon as it's available, I'll be releasing that. And they just want it out in the field for about a year in order to release it. So, you know, I'm working with the manufacturer and talking to them.
I wonder how many other ones they got out.
They said they put 4 out in the field. So just the prototype 4 out there. I mean, they don't want to make a whole bunch because, you know.
Yeah, if it's boxed up, they don't want to.
So no, it's out of everybody, it's just been great. So I can't wait to bring that out and put it out there. And that's it. So you know what? We've talked about everything but plant and property protection tonight.
It's all good. They can go. They can go to the show.
Yeah, they can go to the show and hear us talk about the paint issues and the plant and all your little secret cheap. No, I can't say cheap. Inexpensive tricks to protect a property, which is amazing. I do want
to today, and it was like $10 for 200 little shower caps. So.
Yeah.
There you go. What's $10? What's $10 to a $400 fix that, or if not more?
If not more, yeah.
Well, that's what started me on this whole thing is $1,500 for fans. So.
So anyway, Jeremiah, it's been a good one. If we don't shut this thing down, she's going to talk forever.
I know. I'm just
for 3 weeks. So I got to take control. I got to shut her down.
I mean, planting property protection and all this stuff just gets me excited.
It's been good. You always bring a good show and a lot of content and stuff. It's a pleasure to have you. But guys, listen, get over to panhandleexpo.com. Get ready for the Panhandle event November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's going across the bottom of the screen. Remember, the 3rd is for paid classes only. So actual expo will start the 4th. So get over there, get ready for that event. Get over to Panhandle Power Wash Express. Get all of your power washing needs. Soaps, wands, pressure washer, soft wash equipment. They got it all. And even if you need some new threads to wear around and look real good, hop on over to the Dab Marketing side over there. Trudy's got one of their shirts on tonight. She'll hook you up some of the best shirts out there in the industry. So, guys, it's been a pleasure tonight. Look forward to seeing everybody next week. And then we'd like to see everybody November at the Panhandle Expo event, and that is in Panama City Beach.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeremiah.
See y'all.
See ya.
See ya.